The IRS has now publicly stated that all economic relief payments, stimulus checks have been sent out from both the first and the second wave. They stated that they sent out 160 million checks in the first wave. That was the $1,200 checks. And then 147 million checks, the $600 ones, in this second wave. So if you did not receive one, do not wait on the IRS any longer. They're not going to send it to you. So what do you need to do? You need to file 2020 taxes. Of course, if you're supposed to file taxes, you should do that anyway. But even if you're not required to file taxes, you're a non-filer, meaning you don't earn over $12,400, or your Social Security, SSI, SSDI, veteran, low income, no income, you should still file your 2020 taxes if you did not receive your $600 or your $1,200. And when you do file your taxes, you're going to request the recovery rebate credit, which is going to give you the stimulus money that you were owed. Nancy Pelosi just ended her weekly press conference only minutes ago. I'm going to share with you some interesting things that she said there. Most important of all is the timing of all of this. When is the House of Representatives finally going to vote on the final bill? She did mention that. I'm going to tell you what she said. But before I do, we have more information about what's in this bill that they're going to be introducing. And so I just want to share some of that with you quickly so that you know. There are going to be the $1,400 stimulus checks for all qualifying individuals, adult dependents, SSI, Social Security, SSDI, children, all included in this. They're going to have expanded federal unemployment. So the unemployment boost is going to move to $400 per week for those who are on unemployment, and it's going to last until August 29th. There's going to be a 15% increase in food stamp benefits, and that's going to last all the way through the month of September. $880 million is going to be funneled into the WIC program, and this is going to be used to continue the pandemic EBT program. There's also going to be $19.1 billion that's going to be given to state and local governments specifically for housing assistance. And the housing assistance is going to go to things like helping late rent and late mortgage, also rental assistance programs and utility programs. The child tax increase is also in the bill. So now it's going to be $3,600 for children 6 and under, and it's going to be $3,000 for children 17 and under. Right now, they want to give that money out as monthly payments. Of course, this is normally something that you would get as a lump sum when you file your taxes, but they're looking to give this payment out month to month. I don't know if you can request it one way or the other, or if it's going to automatically be a month-to-month payment. It may, in fact, just be an automatic month-to-month payment to individuals with qualifying children. The federal minimum wage increase to $15 per hour is also in the bill. I don't know if this is going to actually pass through the muster of reconciliation. That's going to be figured out as they finalize the bill, and also in the Senate. $350 billion is going to be given as state and local government aid. We have $14 billion for vaccines, $46 billion for testing, contract tracing, and mitigation, and $170 billion for public schools. On to Nancy Pelosi in the press conference that she just finished. So she started it off talking about Texas, of course, the disaster that's going on there. I know some of our viewers are from Texas. There are millions who have been without power there. And of course, this is one of the worst times to not have power. During the middle of winter, 20, 30 degrees outside, you're not going to have heat. Pipes are bursting in many areas, and it's just terrible. And so the state, unfortunately, kind of has failed when it comes to the grid there. They do need to improve things. So she did talk about that. She mentioned that $50 billion in the new upcoming bill is going to be slated for FEMA help, and those sorts of things would help in disasters like this. She said that the House staff has been working what she feels like 24/7 to stay on schedule. And that's the important part of this. They're trying to stay on schedule. And this is the thing that we've been talking about, this timeline of when this stimulus bill is finally going to be passed and then signed. Well, those committees have been working, and they are in fact staying on schedule. She said that they've been writing this bill within the framework of reconciliation, which means that they're looking to only get 50 votes in the Senate, but that also means that they must stay under those requirements of reconciliation. And the House Budget Committee is still consolidating all the different drafts together and then checking to make sure that each line item does fit under the rules of reconciliation. I'm going to share with you what she said the timeline for this is in just a moment, but she was taking some questions, some interesting questions that she took were, do teachers need to be vaccinated before going into the classroom? Should there be some sort of federal mandate to make all teachers get vaccinated? And she said that they should be vaccinated, but she doesn't know that they must be vaccinated. And she said that it should be based more on the local conditions. Of course, she said that she wanted everyone to get vaccinated, but to actually force or mandate teachers to do that at a federal level, no. She said, we want children back in school, but it will take resources to do so. She also took questions on the comprehensive immigration reform, the refugee resettlement reform, the Equality Act. And when it came down to the timeline for the stimulus bill, she said that they were looking to vote on this in the House next week. So we don't know if it's going to be on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday. It might be the end of the week. So that might be a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday vote on it. But that was the timeline. And the budget committee and all the other committees have stayed on task. So what does this mean for you? Because a lot of you are waiting for this check to come down the line. It looks like they're probably going to vote on it Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday. Once they vote on it and they pass it, and they will pass it in the House, it is going to be sent off to the Senate the week following the House passing it, which is going to be March 1st. That's where it faces the tougher battle. So there might be some things that are going to have to be removed from the House bill, and that's okay. They're expecting that. Maybe the $15 minimum wage is going to be removed. Again, that could be put into another bill later on, perhaps removed from reconciliation if they do put it in the reconciliation bill, which I find a little strange because it doesn't really directly affect the budget. And they might be doing this on purpose, just so Republicans feel like, oh, we removed something, we got something that we wanted out of it. But when it goes to the Senate March 1st, they're going to remove some things. They're probably going to take a week to do that. They might vote on it the following week after that. Remember, March 14th is a hard deadline. They're going to get it done before that date, and it's going to be signed probably right around then by Joe Biden, which means you can start to expect to see your stimulus payment in the weeks following that. So we're talking about the end of March. So March 22nd to April 1st, something in that timeline is when a bulk of these $1,400 checks are going to start to go out. Now, we will be watching this very closely. If there's any changes or bumps in the road or things that they're saying that don't make sense, we will let you know about it. But right now, everything is remaining pretty focused and going fairly quickly. I know we would like them to streamline this a lot faster, but the government does tend to move slow. But at least they are slowly moving forward in the direction of getting this done. We haven't really seen any steps backwards yet. But like I said, we'll continue to update you on this. Next week is going to be a big week because the House is finally going to vote on it and send it off to the Senate. As always, thank you for coming along with me. I will catch you all next time.